Welcome to the 7-3 podcast. Not official name.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Not official name.
Yeah, it's not official, but I do like it a lot more once you explain what it was to me.
Bro.
He sent me the name 7-3. I thought he meant like, oh, working from 7 to 3. I'm like, all right, I get it.
Corny ass.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't want to say it was corny, but I was like, I guess if he wants to go a professional route, I was like,
Yeah.
But then I realized.
Nah, he didn't
Go
realize.
ahead. I
shit.
didn't realize. So he told me. I
So
realized.
I'm,
when he
like, I'm
told
like,
me.
yo, like, right today as we're recording, I go, what'd you think of the name 7-3? He goes,
It's a little business oriented.
So
That's
I'm
what
like,
I said. Yeah.
he's like, why would I want to work from 7-3? I'm like, bro, our birthdays are July 3rd. He goes, oh.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Then
yeah.
it clicked.
So 7-3 is both of our birthdays. We're both
Yeah.
born on the same day,
Yeah.
just 32 years apart. So
all right. Take it easy. Yeah.
as we start episode,
I mean, at least the older one, but it's okay. At least
as we start episode 2,
episode 2, yeah,
this is gonna be more structured.
yeah,
So I've actually done the due diligence to
yeah,
ask ChatGPT for topics this time.
yeah.
We're
As
still
we were talking, yeah,
Yeah,
a lot of pre-work into this.
so
honestly.
much free.
Yeah. Luckily for me, everything's right off the dome. You know, we're just gonna go right
I asked
into
for
it.
topics, bro. I
Of
didn't ask
course.
for it to
Yeah,
script.
of course. Yeah,
Anyways,
of
look.
course.
First episode was intro. It was bullshit, speaking about everything.
Yeah,
This time we want to like kind of topicize it and make sure it's a
Yeah.
little bit more structured.
we're still gonna do the same thing. Kind of like we might go off topic, go deep into one, then more than the other, but we kind of have something to kind of like.
We still want to keep it natural,
Yeah, still keep it natural,
but
but
we want to have a flow.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
And in the future, if there's topics that you guys want us to talk about, definitely put that down in the comments. We're definitely going to
Yeah.
be reading through that for sure.
But your craziest don't.
Yeah. Well, there are some crazy topics. I mean, there's nothing off limits, is it?
No, there's definitely some things that are off limits.
All right.
No,
At least
maybe
a little bit
we-
more reserved than
No,
I
we
am.
might
Yeah.
read them,
Yeah.
but we may not talk about it.
Yeah.
Because y'all can write some crazy shit.
Yeah,
so
that's
how about
true.
just put whatever y'all want?
Yeah.
We'll talk about whatever
Yeah.
is talkable.
Yeah. While you're commenting, make sure you subscribe, like, hit the bell icon,
You
all
know
that
what's
good
funny?
stuff.
Someone's gonna be like day one of asking them something. It's gonna be the most heinous comment ever.
No, it's
Right?
fine.
No,
it's
it's
fine.
gonna be,
Yeah.
and then they'll be like
Yeah.
day 50, and it's gonna be the most heinous comment ever.
But it's okay. For the real viewers, there's always going to be the bad comments. I want to see the bad comments.
No, like idea
Yeah.
to talk about.
Yeah, that's fine.
They're like day one of talking about like
Some crazy
some
shit.
crazy
It's
shit.
fine. You know what I mean? We're going to keep it real with you guys. That's a whole ethos behind the podcast. I feel like you like that ethos. Pull that out. I don't know where.
Bro, this is about
Yeah.
some brown boys was bored, bro. We trying to
Exactly.
we trying to share our stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because being brown in America,
We're not
is-
heard. Our voices aren't heard.
Yeah, I mean,
No one's speaking up
Yeah.
for us.
yeah. I mean, they're gonna start commenting. Nobody needs to hear this shit.
Nobody give a fuck about y'all.
Who asked y'all? Minority ass.
Did anybody tell you to start a podcast?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. No,
Bro,
but
for the ones that feel unheard,
yeah,
we here for you. For the ones that do feel heard,
yeah, for sure.
we still here for you.
Yeah, because I know we kind of touched upon like the goals behind the podcast and everything. You know what I mean?
yeah.
A big thing is like growing up. We grew up around in Jersey and stuff like that, so we're very accustomed to the American lifestyle. I would say for sure.
Yeah.
But also, there's a lot of things behind the scenes that are way different than our fellow students and our fellow friends, right?
Yeah.
So I think there are people out there that kind of want to see the other side, especially for me. At least you lived here all your life for the most part in the U.S.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? For me, I was born here, but then I actually started school in Pakistan. I didn't come back here till I was in 7th grade.
Mm-hmm.
So I was actually talking to our other cousin Samir the other day about it. Like, I had a completely different lifestyle
Yeah.
before, and then it was such a shock when I moved here.
You got to completely readjust.
Oh yeah, especially imagine 8th grade. That's a big year because that's
Yeah.
when people are going to high school and stuff. Everybody
They've already
already
made their groups,
everybody already has
especially
their
in
group.
Clifton.
Oh yeah. Everybody already has their groups and everything, so it's definitely a big adjustment. You know what I mean? And definitely changed me because I was completely different when I was in Pakistan compared to what I was here. Because it's hard to adjust in the beginning. Yeah, you feel weird about like I went to an English speaking school, but obviously like the accent was there
Yeah.
for sure. What do you mean? Yeah, that is
No,
so quick.
No, bro. I'm listening.
It be your
to
own people. Bro.
Nah,
It be your
like,
own people.
I'm listening to him. That's why I
Yeah.
say yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. It was my own people making fun of me the most. My cousins and shit making fun of me more than anybody
I
else.
think we all healthily bullied each other.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think it's needed. For
Yeah.
sure. I would never take that back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, but I will say that where we grew up, we were more in touch with our friends' lifestyles and cultures
Yeah.
kind of more than our own.
Oh, for sure.
And what I mean is like, we have predominantly, Spanish friends or, black friends, blah, blah, all that stuff.
Yeah.
You get more into their life because you're meeting less brown people.
Yeah, of course.
The more brown people the more you're going to be browner. And for us, it was like the only brown people we knew was our family, to be honest.
Yeah.
Outside of that, all of our friends were
majority of the time.
of different races.
Yeah, majority
You know
of the
what I'm
time, like, our parents are working. They weren't home. You know what I mean?
And we hung out with friends.
Yeah, majority of the time, we hung out with our friends. In school, outside of school, it was all about the friend group.
Whether we were hooping or whatever we were doing, but most of our friends were, we all colored.
Yeah.
But it was all different cultures.
Yeah.
And I think when you don't grow up in a predominantly Desi culture, it shapes you differently because you obviously founded and shaped by the cultures around you. I got most of my Spanish homies, all that stuff. Like I feel more that way than I do brown sometimes because of what you're just.
Oh yeah,
around.
for sure. In everything, right? The music that I listen to, the TV shows that I watch.
No, the friends you have.
Yeah, exactly. Even the food and stuff like that.
Yeah, the food
like
you
for
eat,
me, number one, I do not even eat Pakistani food. It's a crazy thing to say. Only time I'm eating Pakistani
I do.
food. No, I know you do more than me.
Yeah.
I'm talking about I didn't even eat it on a regular day.
And this guy,
I only eat it. I only eat it when I'm going to somebody's house, like a party or something. That's it.
Yeah.
That's a couple of times a year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Majority of my food is like I love Spanish food. Mexican food is my favorite, hands down. Then Italian. Then Italian for sure. All right, let's get to the topics. Ali has a couple of things written down, and we'll give you our view on it. Our controversial views on it.
I don't know. Should we go funny? Should we go funny or should we go real life? Do you want to be on a?
Let's start with some funny stuff. I'm feeling a little funny.
Worst job experience.
Worst job experience?
Nah, I got a shitty job. I got some shitty jobs.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it.
I've worked two jobs that are type shitty.
Okay.
I mean, actually, not. They're all shitty.
Yeah. Go ahead.
But one was at Dollar Tree.
Okay.
And one was at a local movie theater.
Okay. What was shitty about it though?
What was shitty? So when I worked at the movie theater, right? I was a senior in high school.
Yeah.
To be honest, I was barely passing high school.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. And I was working there when Avengers Endgame came out.
Oh.
Brother, that was the worst.
That's when the movies were like, yeah.
No, Endgame. Brother, Endgame. This is the number 2 most grossing movie ever, right? Number 3, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And I have to work there while fasting because I think it was Ramadan at the time too. I remember fasting during this.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Bro, I got the whole town in my local movie theater. Motherfucker, bro, the movie ends, we have to clean immediately because the next showing's happening, right?
Yeah.
So we wait by the doors to tell people, yo, there's no end cutscene because that was a big thing.
Yeah.
Everyone goes, yo, is there end cutscene? But there's no end cutscene.
Yeah, there wasn't.
The only thing there was the Iron Man hammer from the first movie.
Yeah.
People stayed all through the credits just for that noise.
I mean, that's...
But I would tell them.
Yeah.
I'd be like, there's no cutscene.
Yeah, but people don't want to believe that. I mean, I'm a diehard Avengers fan, and I would not have believed this kid. You see him, imagine this in high school, would you believe him?
The movie ends. What happens? Popcorn in the air.
Oh, yeah.
Nah, it was violation.
Yeah.
It was violation.
Yeah.
Every day, that whole week or week and a half was violation every shift, bro. You just see this little kid go,
Mind you, that little kid was probably like a sophomore in high school.
Yeah, and
I was sure. They're the ones. No, for sure. They're the ones for sure doing this.
Nah, so that was probably the worst job experience.
Yeah.
Plus, like all the people from your school, I was cool with the people in my school, but it's kind of like.
But still, you don't want to see them.
Yeah, here's your pretzel, bro. Like don't make a mess in there. Yeah. Man, that was the most dirty experience. That Endgame week was the most dirty experience. The worst was somebody brought Chinese in because it was a Chinatown restaurant next door.
Yeah.
So the floor of the movie theater is like slanted, right? Because it goes down.
Yeah.
Man, this shorty dropped her Szechuan chicken.
Oh no.
Man, it was leaking down the whole fucking theater. And you gotta clean under the seats.
Of course, yeah.
Under the seats.
Yeah.
Down the whole theater.
Yeah. At least you know. That's how you know that's a brown nut thing, because nobody else would have cleaned that shit like you did.
Bro, that shit was horrible, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't clean that shit.
Oh yeah, I've done some.
I picked it up and threw it, but I was like,
yeah,
crazy. I let the night crew handle that.
Oh my god. Oh, he's that guy. He's that fucking guy.
No, I'm not. Yeah. No, but that's violation, bro.
Oh yeah.
I was making like 10 an hour. This is 2019. No, 20. No, this is 2018, 2019.
Yeah, $10 an hour.
10, 11 hour. That was like minimum wage then.
Yeah. When I started, it was $7.25.
Okay.
Whoa, for the longest.
Nah, honestly, that's nice.
For the longest, it stayed at that. Even till New Jersey decided to change it, it was $8.25 for the longest.
That's
I was
true.
hiring people at Walgreens for $8.25.
I mean, compared to now, it's changed so much.
Yeah, even like 2018, it was that much.
Yeah. So that's one of my worst job experiences.
Okay.
And then there's Dollar Tree.
Okay.
Man,
that's just a mess.
Nah, bro, that was an experience.
Yeah. It teaches you a lot.
No, bro, the people you meet, the people you see, the workers you're with, there's some kind of aura at Dollar Tree that ain't right, bro.
Really?
Some depressing aura. Like you're talking about NPC Matrix, walk in any Dollar Tree, feel the vibes.
Really?
Ain't no TJ Maxx shit going on there, bro. That shit depressing as hell. Wearing that bright green ass shirt.
Yeah, I mean, I did Walgreens. I had to wear all different freaking color shirts.
Yeah, but the vibes in Walgreens are like...
Oh yeah.
Bro, everyone, like when you're young, you're like, yo, Walgreens lit.
Yeah, I mean, you can say that because we had a bunch of our cousins who worked at Walgreens.
Well, plus I'd walk from Annex, remember? So,
when you were living in Clifton.
Yeah, so that was fun. Like going to Walgreens, buying shit, and seeing y'all.
Yeah, I mean, Walgreens was my first job where I've definitely had some crazy shit that I've seen.
No, so what's the
What's the worst? The worst gotta be like there's always a homeless dude that decides to take a shit in the bathroom or something like that and completely miss the seats, bro. Bro,
which one?
All the Walgreens, bro. The worst, Hoboken Walgreens. So I became I was a store manager. I was bro. A lot of times you can't watch everybody coming in, right? Like my cashiers and stuff like that, right? So I had just became a store manager, right? And Hoboken Walgreens is a little bit different, right? I don't know if you've ever been to that one. It was a converted bank.
By Trader Joe's?
No. This is Hoboken on Washington Street, right? Okay. So it's 4 floors. Yeah. So like the main floor was like where everybody went to shop and everything like that. Upstairs was the office. And then we had a 3rd floor that was an apartment empty.
Okay.
Right? But the thing is, in order to use the bathrooms, people had to take the elevator to the 2nd floor. Okay. People would skip the 2nd floor, sometimes go to the 3rd floor, and homeless people knew like it was empty up there. Because imagine like a beautiful apartment just empty there, right? We just had a bunch of our like old products and stuff there. And homeless guys would just go in there and shit in there.
No.
Yeah, people were living there. Every night I had to go check to make sure nobody was sleeping upstairs because they all knew like it's an empty spot. Nobody's going to come check and everything like that.
So what'd you guys do if someone was up there? Call police?
I had to get them out. What do you mean? Nobody calling the police?
But they would listen?
Yeah, what are they going to do? Majority of the people, like, once you tell them, like, they're not bad people. Just like,
Ain't that type scary, though?
Oh, for sure, bro.
You up there in a dark-ass apartment?
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah.
Shooting up or something?
Like... There's been times where my scariest, I will tell you that, I went to go change the bathroom, like the garbage bag, and it got stuck with a needle.
No way.
Yep, and that's when it was big. Like people were like shooting up and stuff like that. Yeah. It was huge, and they were sharing needles and shit. Fucking the worst freaking 3-4 hours because then I had to go to the hospital, get tested and everything like that. Luckily, everything was good. It poked me through I had gloves on and everything, but they didn't put a cap back on. They just threw it in the garbage like that. So it poked through our garbage bags and poked me in the finger.
Nah, you were bleeding?
Yeah, I had a little puncture wound.
Oh, I'd have been tweaked.
Various couple hours in between.
I'd have been tweaking. I'd be like, this was in the crackhead's veins.
Yeah, majority. I mean, who else is throwing needles in the garbage there, right? So yeah, bro. But always the worst was just like cleaning up shit because people fucking like, bro, people treat public bathrooms. I don't understand it. I treat like a bathroom like I would treat a home, like, clean up after when I'm done and stuff.
That's why I don't use public bathrooms like that.
I mean, yeah, but like I didn't use it.
I know it gets violated.
Yeah, I mean, somebody had to clean it, right? When I was a cashier, I had no choice. Once I became a manager, that was the one thing I was like, I can help everybody do it. Anything else?
You guys have a cleaning crew?
So in the beginning, like we used to have a crew that would come in like every other day to clean. But if something happens at like 8 a.m, somebody's got to clean the bathroom.
Damn, that's violated.
You know what I mean? And then, that's, and then by the end of it, when I was there, the crew wasn't coming till once a week. Mm-hmm. So somebody's got to do it on a daily basis, right? Yeah. I mean, majority of the time it was fine. But those days when you have like the crazy things, there's another funny story I have. You're going to love this shit. So I'm working in Walgreens on Main Ave, right? It happened to my manager. I felt so bad for her. She's helping a lady and the lady looks like a little, like maybe drunk or whatever, right?
Okay.
She's like, hey, ma'am, are you okay? Whatever. She's like, yeah, I'm okay. And then out of nowhere, the lady had a basket in her hand, started projecting vomiting in a basket that had holes in it. Oh. So literally just went through it.
As she walked in,
it literally went through it, and my manager's just standing in front of her like shock face.
I would have been tight. That would have run my whole fucking day.
Oh, bro, it did. She literally walked away from the customer, came to me. She's like, Rehan, I can't do this.
Bro, she could have done outside.
Huh?
She was by the door. She
Bro,
done outside.
my manager literally asked her in time.
Yeah.
So she could have opened up the bathroom for her and everything. Those are usually always the worst. Like, overall, I love that job. I learned a lot, met a lot of good people and everything like that. But yeah, there's always something crazy going on.
I think the worst at Dollar Tree was like when I was working there when COVID was starting.
Yeah.
And these people would come in just coughing.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
not no normal cough. We're talking like
smoker's cough.
They on the other side.
Yeah. You hear them.
They're like dying.
Yeah.
He comes to my register. My manager goes, "Be careful." I'm like, "Be careful. What the fuck do you want me to do? I still got to stand here."
Yeah, exactly.
How much is the total?
Yeah.
I'm like, "Fuck, bro, I'm going to die."
Yeah.
This COVID just started. We don't know nothing yet, right?
Yeah.
I'm like...
I mean, even then, right? Even if it wasn't COVID, right? Like,
that's still a violation.
Yeah, I worked in a pharmacy, right?
Yeah.
So I knew majority of the people coming into pharmacy were sick.
Yeah.
For sure.
You're dealing with people walking through your whole store.
Bro.
Mind you, pharmacy is at the end of the store.
Yeah.
So they're walking through the whole store.
Everything, bro.
Which is kind of...
The worst was...
You have to, right?
Yeah, obviously. I think that did help build up my immune system. Because the shit that I've seen, especially, bro, COVID, I'm not going to lie, though.
COVID was crazy.
I loved working in COVID. Fuck the bullshit. Like, we were like frontline workers. We were being treated like dog shit. For sure. But the one thing about COVID was...
Yeah, I was that's front line.
Yeah.
I was getting sacrificed.
Oh, bro, the way I was getting jumped every time a toilet paper came in was fucking crazy.
Oh, hand sanitizer.
Bro, people didn't care about hand sanitizer. People were going crazy more over the toilet paper. I would get in like...
At Dollar Tree, it was hand sanitizer.
Oh, I would get in U-boats with toilet paper. People like paying me to put toilet paper on the side.
Yo, people are flipping it.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I remember when COVID first started.
I know people that were flipping. They were buying themselves and flipping.
Because you could buy off Dollar Tree online and it would ship it to the store.
Yeah.
He bought like 1,000 of the mini hand sanitizers and he started buying more.
Yeah.
Bro, we had like pallets.
Of course.
In a fucking normal Dollar Tree for this guy's hand sanitizers.
Yeah.
And there's no stock in store.
Yeah.
Because people would come and just take as many as they could.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Bro, you could just make your own. But because Dollar Tree's everything's $1, people just go crazy.
Of course. Easy way to flip, yeah.
So Dollar Tree during COVID, everything $1? Fucking, that shit was ridiculous.
For us, it was toilet paper, I remember specifically, sanitizers, obviously, and disinfecting wipes. Like the Lysol wipes and all that. Like, oh, bro, people like jump me as I'm bringing the stuff out. I used to, like, at one point, I just got tired. I just brought the whole thing out in the front. Because it would take me longer to stock the shelf.
What's the point?
Than to sell out.
You might as well just fucking keep the box open.
Just take it in the front. And then once the COVID test came out, oh my God. Bro, I'm not going to lie though, I was a store manager at the time and sales was my number one metric to hit bonuses. Yeah. And for years, nobody was hitting sales, right? Because sales are low. Oh. During COVID, those things counted. The COVID test counted. I remember it was Christmas Eve. I was in Cranford. I got in 300 of them because nobody else had them. Sold out in like 15 minutes.
300 tests.
300 tests more. Each one was like at that point like $25 or something like that. Yeah. Something crazy. Because in Cranford they had like a Facebook page. So all the ladies told everybody. Because everybody wanted to get tested before they wanted to go to their families, right? Because it was the first year, nobody really knew. Okay. So everybody was getting together, but they all wanted to get tested to be safe. Yeah. And and those are instant results. Yeah. So I got them in just in time, bro. I hit all my metrics that year. So the bonus was good though. So that was good. Lit. Yeah. But I loved working pandemic. My favorite memories is working in Main Ave Walgreens. During the pandemic, we had such a good crew with us. Yeah. My manager, Lisa, shout out to her. One of the best managers ever. I was assistant manager, Alejandro, another assistant manager. The amount of fun that we had during those times, because you saw the characters, right? Yeah. Bro, we saw people lose it in front of us. We saw people that used to come to this. Because, like, working in a store like that in a small community, you see the same people every day, right? Yeah. So we saw people that we knew before COVID.
But then you see them.
And then you see like.
During and it's a completely different person.
During and then after, bro. I saw people break. Yeah. I saw people break like in front of my eyes. It was the craziest times to work.
Yo, that actually was a crazy time to be alive.
We had no help, nothing. They were paying us bonuses, but they were still shit. But only thing that all kept us sane was the camaraderie that we had. Yeah. Like if it wasn't for my manager at that time, I would not have stayed there longer. Because you're getting paid more to stay at home. Yeah. Literally everybody left.
That stimulus was coming.
Yeah, stimulus was more than what they were making on paper. So I get it. You know, I'm all for people making money and stuff.
Plus
like
safety,
that. I mean, yeah. Safety.
Depending on how you view it.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I was like...
At the time, we didn't know anything, right?
Yeah, I'm always been a big believer of like, you know, if it happens, happens. The only thing I was more worried about, obviously, like elderly parents.
Or bringing it home.
Yeah, bringing it home and stuff like that. But honestly, I knew like the characters that I saw and stuff like that and things that I saw even through the mask and everything, people were hitting vapes and then blowing it out the mask. Like, come on, guys.
Copping the Black Miles, going to smoke.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. The same mask on for 3 days, not going to help.
The craziest is always seeing people drive with their masks on in their own car.
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, it did break a lot of people, right?
Some people were very...
Yeah, some people never recovered after that, right? And it's sad.
Some people still like that?
Some people are still like that. You'll still... Yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being clean, right? As long as... Because you know, you'll go to like... I traveled a lot. You travel to Asia and stuff. People always have a mask on.
But that's small.
No. For like... Because it's so crowded. You're like always like touching all these people and stuff like that. So it is a barrier, right?
High
like,
density area.
Yeah. Like imagine like going to like Japan and stuff where it's so crowded. Where you get in that train that you're squished with that many people. It's still a little bit of a barrier. Yeah. So I get it for that reason. But
like back home.
Yeah, exactly. Back home, like certain times like you can't breathe.
Some people even like wearing air filters on their face in India.
Oh, bro, the funniest thing is my boy Alejandro. This guy is such a troll. He bought a scuba diving mask. And bro, I gotta find the pictures. I'll hit him up to see. He literally was wearing a scuba diving mask around work. Just to troll people. I'm not joking. Swear to God.
I gotta see how that looks.
He did the whole shit.
I gotta see how that looks. I wonder if a customer ever said no, no.
Oh, bro, people didn't care.
Yo, that would look mad funny.
He jerry-rigged
he wore the goggles too?
Sometimes he would, yeah.
Nah, that'd be fucking hilarious.
I gotta find a picture, bro. This guy was such a troll for fun of it. He would just like, yeah. He's like, yeah, there was nothing else available.
But that's what makes the vibes right, though.
Oh, yeah.
You know, everyone's just trolling it.
Oh, yeah, bro, for sure. We were working like 13, 14, 15-hour shifts, right? Like, without nothing extra. We just did it just because... We just did it because... No, we wanted to. We wanted to because nobody else worked. And you know our work ethic. We're always going to work hard. That's what our parents taught us and stuff like that. I never took a day off during the pandemic, ever. If anything, I always worked extra and stuff like that. You know, because for me, we were having so much fun with my manager. She's the only reason I really stayed.
Shout out manager.
Yeah, shout out Lisa.
Shout out manager.
Yeah. Shout out to all the good managers out there. I had a lot of good ones out there. So it's one of my favorite jobs still. I left it, moved on, but the greatest people I ever met is that place. But yeah. So we did a little bit of everything. Talked about the stories. Bullshit a little bit.
All right. Do we go real life? Do we go debate? Do we go deep? Do we go viral?
Ooh, viral.
Viral.
Oh. Let me look at what it says on viral. I mean, let's do something personal. Get to know.
Nah, you know what? I want to do this first one.
All right, let's do it.
What's a harsh truth people need to hear?
All right. Go ahead.
You want to go first?
Nah, I've got to think about this one.
I think more people need to know that they're not the main character. I think a lot of people have taken this to where everyone's ego is so high now that it's almost impossible for anyone to ever, and maybe it's the people I'm around, right? Yeah. But I think a lot of people are almost like lost in their own sauce.
Yeah.
Where they think they're more than what they are, or they're like, they don't have like respect for what you may have going or anything like that. Like some people are very much thinking that they're the main character, like that they're woke or like they've broken out of the matrix and that everyone else a certain way when shit, maybe you're probably more NPC than everybody else.
Yeah.
I think one harsh truth would be that people need to be more self-aware and need to understand that you are not the main character and that everyone is the main character in their own life. Yeah. Like, which means that we are all like essentially no one. That means technically there's no main character on Earth.
Yeah.
Right.
So see, for me, like based on that, I definitely agree because there are some people that you meet like they think they're the shit.
Yeah.
There's nobody better than them. They've broken the code
and they can't be told anything.
Right? Yeah. But I also think there's not that many of them. I think it's just because they're the loudest.
It's a select number.
They're usually the loudest in the room.
Loudest,
so that's what you end up like. That ends up being sticking with you.
But I also think there's some content creators now too, right?
Yeah.
And I think it's kind of bled into the I think before when we were growing up and watching YouTube,
It's more real, authentic.
It not only was it more real and authentic, but the people that weren't got called out quicker.
Yeah.
And they were off way quicker.
Yeah.
But now because there's so many, like before.
Yeah, it's hard to, before you could count how many big influencers there were.
And you knew the ones that were big.
Yeah, of course.
And the ones that were big, they were all like kind of knew each other because they were all big. Yeah, and there weren't that many. Yeah. So they'd be able to call each other out. Something was there, blah, blah. It was kind of like a community almost. Now there's less of a community and there's more of like humanity is moving more towards the internet and online and content, and every individual has a voice, same thing as us, right? And sometimes people weaponize their voice and tend to make it so that their voice is sometimes louder than others. Yeah. Whether they are backed by fact or not.
I think it just because people that are doing that, they know like that's the only way to go viral right nowadays. Yeah. People are really doing that. Like, if we ever go do that down the line, definitely call us out because because we want to be as authentic as possible. Because that's another reason we were doing this podcast, because there's so much stuff out there now. It's like brain rot now, right?
It's straight brain rot.
YouTube for me was always a place that I can go to.
It was a safe haven.
It was a safe haven.
They destroyed the algorithm too.
Yeah, now the algorithm's really messed up. You're getting like YouTube Shorts. I'm honestly not a fan of it because that now you got the endless doom scroll again. Yeah. On YouTube Shorts.
Actually, you know what though?
It is good because you do find good creators through that.
Low-key, I prefer YouTube Shorts over Instagram and TikTok.
Real. Yeah, for
real.
Sure. Yeah.
Only because the YouTube ones, they'll come from podcasts.
Yeah.
They'll come from documentaries.
Yeah, it's not just like
it's actually informative. You know?
Yeah.
And there's so many times I've watched a clip of a podcast on YouTube
and then end up
watching it, especially with Joe Rogan or like a lot of other guys. Like
that's true.
You'll end up watching it.
But I definitely think like
the algorithm is cooked.
But there's definitely a lot more brain rot in that.
Way more brain rot.
Yeah, because before, even in the beginning when Shorts came out, it was like podcast, like it was based on like your searches and stuff like that. Yeah. So a little bit more curated. Yeah. But now it's just random.
This is what bothers me. Yeah. Do you remember when you used to watch YouTube? Yeah. You could watch basketball. Yeah. And you could lead into learning about the evolution of a chimpanzee or a fly. Yeah. Or you can learn about the tribe that lives in the mountains. Yeah. And your feed would give you the most random shit.
Yeah.
That's what made YouTube fun. Because you can go down rabbit holes. Yeah. Now?
Bro, now it's so curated.
It's so curated. There's no exploration.
Yeah, exactly.
YouTube used to be exploring.
Yeah. Yo, same thing with Instagram. Anymore. Now it's only fan models and cars, or just my algorithm.
That's just you. That's just you, bro.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. I had to delete Instagram for that reason for a little bit. I had to take a little bit of a break.
A sabbatical?
Yeah, I took a month sabbatical, whatever that word is. I have a lisp, so people are going to catch that too. They're going to start saying that.
I feel like I don't notice your lisp as much as
certain R words or something like that. You'll catch it.
R.
Yeah, which is funny because it's my name too. Yeah. I don't even think we said our names, which is the funniest part about this.
No, we didn't.
Yeah.
No, we did.
No, we didn't.
I think you said my name last episode. Yeah. And I think you said
this is Ali. I'm Rayhan. Yeah. Just in case.
Yeah, we're cousins.
Yeah, we're gonna put our Instagram links in the bio. Hit us up.
No, don't hit us up.
I mean,
don't hit me.
Yeah, I mean, you can hit me up.
You can ask us questions.
Yeah, that's what do you think?
Nah, you know what you get.
Of course. This is the viewers.
Nah, yeah.
What do you mean? We're here for them. We're here for them.
I don't gaslight.
Yeah.
I mean like.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to gaslight. I'm not gonna lie.
You. I tend to be riled up real quick. But let me not give all my weaknesses.
Yeah.
They're gonna come after
okay.
me. They're gonna start riling me up in my own DMs.
Yeah. But that's okay. You know what I mean? It's interaction, right? That's what you want. We want to be authentic with you guys. So going back to the point, right? Like,
what's the point?
Like, if we're ever not being authentic and stuff, definitely call us out because,
not yet.
Like, I think to his point, I think that in real life, I don't see that as much. I definitely have a big thing now that I'm going out more, like with my friends. We're not on our phones and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I definitely see that a lot more people that I see in real life is not what they portray online.
100%.
You know what I mean? And I think that's what the algorithm really wants you to do.
100%.
Algorithm wants you to think like you're the main character, you're in charge and
100%.
stuff. Because they know that in order to really build something, you need a community.
100%.
And they don't, whoever they are,
100%.
They don't want you to do that. Yeah. Right? Because they know that if you're individualized, you really can never make it that far in life if you're just trying to do it all on your own. Right? There's some people that have cracked it and stuff like that, but even then down the line, they have support.
There's the theory of exponential growth when you have more people with you, right?
Exactly.
Because you can double your work, whatever. Maybe. Yeah. But I do think that while the point I ended up was first making has to do with, a smaller minority of people. Yeah. And I think the problem is that the minority is growing because of social media. Yeah. Because some people's algorithms, right, are tailored to them. So now imagine people that you know that aren't good people, right? Or imagine people you know that kind of have some issues. Now imagine what their feed is feeding them. This is what I mean.
Course,
because their feed is only enticing and reinforcing the thoughts that they have, which they then bring to real life.
Yeah.
Which is why sometimes you'll find people who are super into these like these gender conversations, and they tend to be very extreme or very toxic. Whether it be a man saying that they want their woman to just be at home, cuffed at home, and just cook clean, whatever, like extremes. Or if you have a woman who's like, my man should just pay for me and take me and fly me. I shouldn't have to do anything and just want a father, pretty much.
So there's definitely a lot more
There's a lot more extreme.
There's no middle ground,
and
right?
I think social media is blurring that too much.
Yeah, of course. And I think that's what it's there for, right?
Yeah.
I really always say like social media or any technology is a tool. It's not the problem, it's not the tool.
Yeah.
Problem is the person using it.
Yeah.
Right? Like same thing with like AI and stuff. That's a big conversation right now. Like, you know what I mean? How that's really changing the public domain and everything like that. But I honestly think it depends on the person. And if you're not comfortable with yourself, you're really going to fall into those. And that's what you see a lot.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people that are like subscribing to those extreme theories, no matter what side they're on, it's because they don't really comfortable with themselves. Yeah. So it's a lot easier to manipulate those people.
And I think that's the harsh reality that people need to know.
Yeah.
That if you're not self-aware, and that if you're not working on yourself, you're more easily manipulated. And you probably already are being brainwashed, and you don't even know.
You don't even know it. That's the problem. They don't even know it, and because they're really
and I know you guys know some people in your life that you know are not only just brainwashed but lost.
Yeah.
And no matter how much you try to pull them out, you can't. And it's almost the saddest thing ever because it's like
because you want to, because you care about them,
and you care about them, and you love them.
Yeah.
But you're not getting the reciprocation or the understanding of them being able to actually make a change.
Yeah.
And that can be such a frustrating thing. That's why I brought up this answer.
Yeah.
Because you meet people in your life and you're like, yo, like, you don't need to do this.
Yeah.
You know, you're better than that.
Yeah. I definitely see like I guess it's also my friend group now. I find like I've definitely found my people now.
Yeah.
So I do not have that anymore. But I've definitely been in situations, for sure, you know, in other jobs and stuff like that. I definitely saw that a lot more. Everybody thought they were the main characters.
Yeah.
Because also there was a lot more competition. So everybody had to feel like
competition definitely breeds that. Because you're dealing with egos.
Exactly, yeah. Luckily, I've always been the type of person like I said in the previous
put that
episodes,
down,
like I'm like, you don't need to have an ego as long as you're happy and content
But see, this is the problem.
with yourself. Yeah.
It's okay at work. It's okay in workplaces. It's okay in sport. It's okay in certain places, right?
Yeah.
But when you're seeing it in friendships and relationships and community, that's when it becomes a problem.
Yeah, of course.
Because that's when you're supposed to be around the people you trust the most.
Yeah.
The people you trust the most should be the ones that are humbling each other in the right way.
Yeah.
Being genuine in the right way. The last thing you need is the people around you to be thinking that they're above the people around you just because they are who they are.
Yeah.
Whether they're making more money or they're more successful, or maybe they, have something that you don't have. There should be no reason why anybody should think that they're better than anyone else.
Yeah. There should be no reason.
Just because.
Yeah, just because. Yeah.
I think.
I agree. I agree. I definitely agree. Yeah, I definitely don't think it's that many, but yeah, for sure.
But those bad eggs,
yeah,
those bad eggs tend to pollute the whole everything, the nest around them, bro.
But I do think like we're getting to a point that the bubble's gonna burst. I honestly do think that.
No, but I think those people always exist.
And but then also, eventually, like depending on the friend group that you're on, they're gonna dwindle out.
They do dwindle out.
Yeah,
I'll say from experience, they end up dwindling out.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is great.
Yeah.
And they end up dwindling out either alone or they dwindle out with more people like-minded.
Yeah.
And then they have their own issues.
And I get the frustrating part where all these coming from, because obviously we're upset at it because it's somebody that we do care about. Somebody we do want to see do good.
Yeah.
And when they can't see that, unfortunately, I always say like, you can't help anybody change anything till they're ready.
You know what? Let's get into the next topic. This is something that we want to talk about before we started this podcast.
Yeah.
We wanted to talk about like the Desi culture and Desi families, right?
Yeah.
And I think this ties in perfectly.
Yeah.
Because it has to do with the way we were brought up.
Yeah.
The kind of the toxic traits that you've been kind of brainwashed with from your parents.
Yeah.
Not all people. Obviously, but there are certain traits in our community that tends to show in the kids now, or even
for sure,
are being diagnosed from the generation before.
But
I think our generation is doing a better job at kind of seeing through it.
Yeah, I think we're the first generation that's like, obviously I think it helps that we're born and raised here.
Yeah,
I think that plays a big part into that.
Resources,
social media,
resources,
exactly. Like even our parents, it's not like they had a choice, like they were brainwashed into it.
Bro,
and back then they didn't have the resources to go look up this information on their own. Like we have the luxury now, like somebody says something like, no, that's bullshit, I can actually look it up and support the facts and stuff like that.
You know what, I would definitely want to get into that later. But it's the idea that don't be too harsh on your parents, because they are the
product of their environment.
And their environment is way worse than ours. We technically have the blessing to be able to understand what's healthy and not healthy because of the sacrifice they made to bring us here, to bring us around resources. So that's the hard dichotomy of being like, yo, like maybe your parents are tripping, but at the same time you're like, damn, like, but is it really my parents' fault that they are the way they are?
Yeah.
Right. So it becomes
It's not because I saw that firsthand. Right. Like my mom and Ali's dad are siblings. Right. So when they grew up,
we're first cousins.
Yeah. They grew up
together.
Yeah. They grew up in a small village in Pakistan.
Yeah.
Right. They were going to school. Like they tell the stories on a horse and buggy.
No, let's not guess.
No, I'm serious.
I mean, it was bad.
Yeah. It's not bad. It's just the time.
No, it was the time.
Right? Like, you won't think that because,
like they walked to school, like it was all that, like dirt roads, dirt village. Like
Pakistan,
there was nothing.
Pakistan's like 10 years behind, structure-wise. Probably a little bit more.
Nah, low-key, at that time, more.
At that time, more, for sure. Yeah,
especially where they were.
Yeah, because, in the 80s here, they had cars, they had roads and everything.
They just developed now.
Yeah.
Where they were?
Yeah.
That house?
Yeah.
They were developed. They lived in just a cement brick home.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
In
like
the kid, like the fields and shit. Like, they were from, nothing pretty much. But keep going. I need to turn the heat on.
Yeah. But yeah, so I definitely don't think that you can blame them. But also at the same time, like I'm a big believer then if you are here now, you have the resources, use those resources too, right? Like I think that's a good job that Ali's dad has done, because obviously he was a little bit younger. I think he's definitely assimilated to both, right?
Yeah.
Better than like I would say like my mom, because my mom's still a little bit more old school and stuff like that. Obviously being a girl in a Desi family back then,
with all brothers,
way more shelter, with all brothers, she didn't get a chance to really go out ever, and stuff like that. So I don't blame her when sometimes her thoughts are so old school and they don't align with mine at all. You know what I mean?
Because that's what she went through, and what I've realized with the generation prior, and this is where the harsh reality comes in, where it's like, you realize that they're so encapsulated within the mind frame that they are in, that you can't take them out of it.
You can't.
And I think this is not going to be something that we'll only see in our parents, but it's going to be something that you're going to see with the people around you as well, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Because as you guys get older and as you age, and as
there's always going to be people,
right? This is why
course.
we're talking about, because the friends you have, when you're 60, 70, 80, you're going to realize like, yo, this guy's not only still the same, but he's even more strong-minded within his own mind frame.
And for me, that's okay.
That's okay.
But for me, like, as a person, you gotta know like your own boundaries and stuff, right? Like, obviously, if it's a family member and stuff, right? We're always gonna love to have them around and stuff like that. But you have like your own boundaries with them, right? How much you let them in, how much you let them affect it. Because I always say like, you cannot change anybody unless they want to, right? That's a given fact. So you got to be the one to choose like how much you're allowing them to affect you on a day-to-day. Like I would love to like, change somebody's mind on something and help them, but maybe that's not what they need. Right? Maybe being a little bit more religious or being a little bit more old school helps them
control their own
control their own life, right? A lot of times like the culture and like religion gives a little bit more value to their life, right? And rather than having to like put the time in to kind of find yourself, it's a lot easier to just kind of conform to the values that are already given to you.
It's
right?
kind of like plugging yourself in.
Exactly.
Without it's harder to plug yourself out, learn who you are, figure your own self out, and unassimilate to that brainwashing.
But I would say instead of plugging in, plugging out actually, because we were born plugged in. I feel like in our culture, we're born plugged in. Like with the values and everything.
But that's what I'm saying. They plug themselves back in.
I think they never plugged out. I'm telling you, they never plugged out.
Okay, they're just stay plugged in.
Yeah, they just stay plugged in. You know what I mean? And it's hard for them to change.
I think plugging out is the hard part.
Yeah.
But then plugging out and then finding yourself and then actually grounding yourself in what actually is what you want to do and not. But it's really hard because I like seeing things from both sides with every perspective.
Yeah.
Which is why sometimes it's hard to find answers to certain things because
Yeah.
everything has a left, a right, and
Yeah.
then the fucking middle, right?
Yeah.
So when you look at the way they grew up, you realize that, Pakistan and India were once one not too long ago.
Yeah, yeah.
We were just colonized not too many generations ago.
Our grandparents,
Our grandparents
are
are born in India.
Yeah.
They moved to Pakistan. They lived in Pakistan.
Yeah.
There were gender roles because of the life that was being lived.
Yeah.
There was a lack of technology. There was a way of life there that was the way it was. So when we look at our parents and we judge them for the way they were, you have to understand that they were raised by a generation that just saw, either growing up or they saw their parents or they were in a colonization, a very hard time in life, a time of famine, a time of, a lot of atrocities
and a
within
huge
the
shift
region,
in their lifestyle
and a
too.
huge shift.
Like they had to
right?
pick everything up
and
they could
move
only
and-
take whatever was in their hands
Yeah.
and then just move their whole life.
And then also
You know what I mean?
the religious tensions in
Yeah.
those areas at the time as
Yeah.
well, even during colonization and after.
Yeah.
Plus all the political things of when Pakistan was even birthed.
Yeah.
So you're talking about a generation of people that went through so much
And that's
shit.
hard. And that's hard for somebody that wasn't in that to kind of come to terms with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even for me, like I know our parents' history.
Yeah.
But just to even think about it,
it's like
it's crazy.
But mind you, no tech.
Oh yeah, bro.
No,
I was
so-
talking about it the other day with Smear. Even like for me, right? I came here back in 2008, right? Right before I left Pakistan, we were still on dial-up internet and floppy disk. Imagine that in 2008, telling somebody from America, and then when I come here, I'm like, oh God, everybody's got their own personal laptops. What the hell is this thing?
They got sidekicks. and
Yeah,
shit,
exactly. I'm like, over there, we were still on the coolest phone in Pakistan was a Razr. Whoever had the Razr was killing it. So even for me, like, it was a huge shift.
Yeah.
Like, luckily for me, like, I was somebody that always liked to go out and look for that information, you know what I mean, and kind of find answers for myself. And, for a lot of people, they just don't have the time to do it. I don't blame people because society is, whoever they are, you know what I mean, they've made society in a way that they don't give you time to go find yourself. We're lucky that our parents were successful enough that we had the freedom to be able to have the time to do that.
Nah, you know what I will say though, right? Like if you look at a lot of people in our generation, like in terms of like daisies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Low key, we look at a lot of daisies, we're like, yo, like low key, their parents set them up so well that now they bullshit and trying to find themselves.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like
yeah, our parents didn't have the choice. They had to come here and start working.
People nowadays are forever finding themselves and are never found.
Yeah.
Them brothers are Amber Alert, lost forever.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like low key, our parents are right in some aspects in terms like, tough times make tough people.
Yeah, 100%.
Right?
Yeah.
And I think when we came here, we, there are financial struggles and stuff like that, but Desi culture, our parents learned how to survive.
Yeah.
They fought. They always make sure we're good.
Yeah.
They sacrifice for us.
Yeah.
And those are kind of the good things of Desi culture.
Yeah.
And I think the things we nitpick about Desi culture tend to be from...
I mean, obviously, there's always going to be something nitpick about
negative,
it, right?
Yeah. But that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. And
both sides of it.
Yeah.
Like what is good
I think
that
the closest one people that can understand is any immigrants that came here, right?
Yeah.
They can all kind of relate to the same story. Might be a different background, but they're all kind of like, running from hardship, coming here.
Yeah.
Like, their parents never had the choice to really live life for themselves, right?
Yeah.
If you think about it, like even our parents, they did it for us.
Which is why
we have that luxury.
Which is why they don't understand the luxury.
Exactly, yeah.
And parents don't understand it because they're like, yo, do you know what we went through?
Yeah.
So then it becomes a problem where people in our generation are like, yo, you guys are gaslighting us to saying that why are you guys enjoying the fruits of your labor when you said that this was the whole reason?
Yeah.
So they'll tell you, look at what we did for you. We sacrificed on that. But then when you're having fun and enjoying it.
And then they're like, oh, how come you're not doing what we're doing? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The problem is that the time they grew up in, there was less time to it was harder to multitask because there was no leverage of technology.
Yeah.
Right? With us, we have learned how to be able to have a job and have work-life balance because we're starting families later, right?
Yeah.
But we're also being able to balance these things better because we're always in contact with each other or contact with ideas that can be happening. And everybody is more open and more outside.
Yeah. I think, the biggest part of that, like, like you said, why we were able to unplug ourselves is because we had the luxury of time.
Yeah.
Thanks to our parents, right? Like, one thing I would say, like, I know a lot of DC kids up there growing up watching this, like, especially a lot of the women, right? I really sympathize with, like, my sisters and stuff like that because, guys definitely don't have it as bad as the girls do, right? when it comes to certain things, our parents are definitely a lot more stricter with them going out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, like we're definitely avare, go out and do
Nah, not me though, low key. I was always the one that was a little more sheltered though.
Yeah, we were all sheltered.
Like, bro, last year?
We were all like that. I started going out last year too. What do you mean?
Get the fuck out of here, bro.
I got proof.
Nah, yo.
I got proof.
We learned.
I was innocent, sheltered till like last year.
But you know what it was? My parents know game. My dad knows ball. So he never let me play ball. You know what I'm getting at?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, I get it from their point of view because, you know, if you have too much freedom, it's easy to kind of lose yourself, right? Yeah. Like you said, there's a lot of people that spend so much time about finding themselves.
They never find themselves.
They never kind of loop their way back around.
Yeah.
Right? And I can talk to that personally. Like, I really started focusing on myself for the first time last year. That's the first time I was single since high school.
Yeah.
Right? That's a long time because for me, I had different issues that I was dealing with when I moved here and stuff like that. So for me, the easiest thing was to get in a relationship, to forget about my issues and kind of focus on that person. That way I can kind of leave my things behind.
Which then you end up focusing on yourself.
Which I learned the hard way after 10 years.
Yeah.
Two amazing relationships, but bad from their perspective, right?
All right, let's get into that.
Yeah, all right.
Let's get into that.
Ali loves get me into this kind of stuff.
Let's get into that. So when you have, when you're in a relationship, right?
Yeah.
The one thing you have to do before you get in a relationship is first make sure that the person across from you and yourself
are both ready for it.
And what does that mean? Okay, so that means that you both have first accepted and acknowledged that you're gonna be in a relationship.
Yeah.
That this is gonna be something that's gonna be difficult.
Yeah.
And that things that have happened in your past need to be brought up immediately or dealt with immediately, so that things going forward, it won't make an effect. Why do I say this? For example, you. For example, me.
Yeah.
Sometimes we'll tend to put ourselves second.
Yeah.
And put the other person first.
Yep. Always done that.
My sister said this to me 2 days ago. She goes, "You have a track record of people coming into your life, spiritually healing, and then leaving you."
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck.
But
like,
honestly,
what the fuck?
Yeah. So
like I'm over here like straight empath.
Yeah,
you feel me?
Yeah.
A little bit too much.
Same thing, bro. But honestly, I don't looking back at it now that I'm comfortable with myself, finally found myself and stuff like that. I definitely think that's not a bad thing because maybe that's what was meant for me.
No, it's not a bad thing. But
for sure, you got to be cautious.
No, but this is what I want to warn y'all about.
Yeah.
Because it's not a bad thing, but you're gonna hurt yourself. And you can avoid the lesson by hearing what I'm about to say, right? Or what we're saying.
Yeah.
What we're saying is.
Yeah. That's the thing. You guys can take our advice and
skip the lesson, bro.
Skip the lesson
because the lessons are not nice.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's difficult. Yeah. There's a lot
of trauma that.
Yeah, it's a lot of trauma. A lot of.
If you're gonna get in a relationship.
Depressing nights.
Beta, koi baat nahi.
Shout out to our sponsor. Get better.
Oh yeah, get better.
Soon. Yeah, because that's something I do want to talk about that is not being talked about. Like, we're talking about relationships and stuff like that. Yeah. Like, it's going to be 100% honest. It's the first time this thing is going to go online.
Yeah.
My parents don't know I was in relationships for 10 years, right? Yeah. Not even a clue. I mean, my mom's not stupid, obviously. Cool, yeah. She knew, like, context clues wise, but that's not something that we talk about. She has no idea.
There's no open dialogue.
There's no open dialogue at all.
Which comes from religion, not culture.
Actually, religion. Wait,
what was I gonna say before?
You're talking about the hard lessons?
Yeah. Okay. Let me finish that. Then we'll get to because I know what you're about to say.
Yeah.
So I want to segue into that.
Yeah, got you.
Okay. The reason why you take advice from the people around you, with the grain of salt, obviously. Yeah. But the reason why you take advice is so that you can skip a lesson.
Yeah.
The more lessons you can skip, the faster you can progress in the video game.
Yeah.
Right? Listening to the people around you helps put the game into a different perspective for you where you can skip things, which is a luxury, which ties back into your parents going through harder things that make it easier for you. You get to skip levels.
Yeah.
You get to go to step 100. So when you're looking to get into a relationship, what you have to do is understand that make sure that you have your own morals, standards, boundaries, and what you want from the relationship on the table immediately, right? And then you have to hear them out as well. Then don't rush into the relationship because you don't know somebody until you're really with them for a couple months, even a couple years.
Yeah.
But give it a couple months before you guys make it official, or even a month.
Yeah.
In that month, let them talk. You know, both sides. Just even if you're both healed, fuck it, whatever. Let them talk. Bring up some controversial topics. See what they have to say, and don't lie to yourself.
That's a good point.
If the answer they say is not one you like, okay, rebuttal it. See what they think. Play devil's advocate. But don't tweak. Don't lose control. Just understand that that person may just be different from you. So instead of getting in a relationship and trying it out and seeing if they'll change, as you mentioned before, you're not going to change people if they don't want to change, which most people aren't going to. Save the lesson by not getting into the relationship and moving on. Because you'll end up realizing, oh shit, I fell in love with somebody and they still view things differently than me. I'm all in and they may not be. Or maybe they were all in at first and then they changed. It's really hard to be in a relationship, which is why it's really important to know who you are first, love yourself first, and make sure you maintain that consistently throughout the relationship. Do not let yourself fall. Do not let yourself...
Don't change yourself for anybody.
Don't change yourself, and don't let yourself lose like your own control. I'm not saying control the relationship. I'm not saying control the person. Right? But you guys are two different individuals. If you're not married, even if you are married, you have to understand that you deserve respect. They deserve respect. You deserve kindness. They deserve kindness. You're going to have a role. They're going to have a role. And whatever's going on in your guys' relationship there may not be a correlation anywhere else in the universe. Your relationship is going to be unique to you guys.
100%.
So don't try to go to gurus or this and that and watch these videos and try to compare it to what you guys have going on, because you'll be different.
And I think one of the biggest things that tends to be in the first few months of a relationship are people are not themselves.
No, it's a
You know what I mean? Like it's a facade, right? So like, definitely based on your advice, definitely don't make it official for a good 3 to 4 months. Because people can fake it.
No, that's a mistake I made.
I made, bro, we've all made those mistakes.
I locked it in. I said, free trials over.
Exactly. Ali's like, Ali only gives a 1 month free trial for everybody.
It was a week. It was a week. No, it was 3 days.
But that's okay, right? Because here's the thing, right? About your point that you made about...
But that was different. That was testing. So after doing that test...
So like, for example, right? Like you said, you made the point about like, if you want to skip the lesson and listen to the people around you, right? But I think the problem with that is it's got to be somebody that you feel comfortable with. Because I've had people that have given me advice like that, but I didn't take it or like barely listen to them because I didn't trust their opinion. Right? I felt like they didn't know me. That's something that does happen in our culture a lot, right? Because we don't talk and stuff like that.
So you don't trust the person.
So, like advice. Even if it's like your mom or dad, if you don't have that good relationship with them, you might not trust them because we are so different, right? And a lot of things, especially our parents, like, compared to other people, we are such a big difference, right? Culturally, religionally, everything,
That's a good
right?
point.
That's a good point. And so I've learned a lot of hard lessons, even though I've had people try to give me advice. But at that time, I wasn't ready to listen to them because I felt like they didn't know me.
I agree. And this is what we can say to them. Where it's like, we want you to view it as the, like, two brothers. That are going to give you unparalleled advice. Like advice without any rules.
Advice with any, like...
without any thought of, like, religion or... I don't know how to call it properly,
any personal bias. It's like they're just giving advice because they've gone through the lesson, right? So
I think in our culture, we've struggled a lot with... your own family sometimes not looking out for you to maintain their face.
Exactly.
Forget that.
You know that happens a lot.
So what we're trying to do is get rid of the face and just be like, yo, there is outlet. There's people that will talk to you. There's people that will give you advice, and they're not gonna they're not gonna judge you.
And this is something to like any friends and stuff, any friends groups and stuff out there. Like, that's something that I've been trying to make it a point. If you see your boy like talking to a girl and he's acting differently and stuff, don't be afraid to call him out. You know what I mean? Obviously in a respectful manner, go about it because, they might not see it. You know what I mean? Like I've seen that with my friends sometimes, like, they're talking to a girl and then I see them like get in a relationship and they're acting differently. They're doing things that they don't really enjoy and stuff. You know what I mean? And
if it's negative.
If it's negative.
If they're taking time away, it's different.
That's different. Negative, time is different. But if you see them not being as joyous and happy as they normally are, don't be afraid to don't be afraid to call them out, and that's the same thing in relationships. A lot of times, like, we know there's things that we want to correct about there's something that my partner said that hurt me and stuff, but a lot of times we don't want to hurt their feelings.
We soak it in.
So we're like, we'll suck it up. Like, let me not say something. I've done that the most. You know what I mean? There's a lot of girls out there that know this.
You try to stay patient.
Not a lot, but like,
being patient doesn't help.
Yeah.
Because being patient allows it to ramp up.
It's gonna hurt, but might as well make it hurt in the beginning. Then 2 years down the line, it's gonna hurt a lot more.
And that's the whole point of learning the lesson.
Yeah.
Where stand on who you are.
Yeah.
And don't take disrespect. And don't take disrespect.
Yeah.
If you're a woman in a relationship with a man or a man in a relationship with a woman.
Yeah.
Don't take disrespect from the other gender.
Ever.
Because the reason is, if the person has the balls to disrespect you.
Yeah.
You have to put them in their place.
Yeah.
And you have to tell them, you can't talk to me like that and expect to get away with it because that's not proper.
Yeah.
Right? That's not courteous. It's not respectful. So if they don't listen, then there's your lesson.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not the right person. Because if they do think it's okay to act like that, then you got to be like, okay, you know what? I'm glad I stood up for myself.
Yeah.
Because this just saved me maybe a whole year
of being years patient. Of hurt. Years of
being patient.
Yeah, of course.
And this ties all the way back to what I stopped you from saying before. Our culture does not promote therapy.
Yeah, not at all. Yeah.
And I think, forget just going to see a doctor. It's almost just having the open conversations.
Open conversations. It doesn't have to be like a psychiatrist or anything like that. I'm talking about like just talking to, like me and him are talking. Like even for us, like this is not something that we always had, right? That's something that we've worked on over the last few years.
You got to get comfortable with each other. You got to be like, yo, where's my boundary with my cousin, right? Because of what the culture has done to us. And where it almost puts you against each other.
And I think that's when, like for me, like I made it a point to hang out with you guys more, to show that like, oh, no, I'm somebody that you want to come talk to. Because I talk to them openly, right? Like anything that's going on in my life and stuff like that. Because for the longest, I was like all in my head. I'm like, I have nobody to talk to, like, because my cousins might judge me, decisions I've made and stuff like that. But you got to put that aside. You know what I mean? Because if they're the real ones and they care for you, that's not going to matter, right? So you really have to go out of your way to take that first step.
Yeah.
Right? Because, that's something that I really want this channel to promote, is especially guys in general. Yeah. It's tough for us to really talk, you know what I mean, like openly about our feelings and stuff, because it makes you look soft and stuff like that. Let somebody come and try us. We'll show them how soft we fucking are, right? Right? We're not soft. It's not about that. It's about the fact that if there's really issues going on, you can't change things on your own. You need people's support, and that's something like social media is really fucked, right? Like before, everybody grew up in communities. Like your community was the people around you and stuff like that. So you had people to talk to that you can trust, because families are being raised in like multiple cousins and stuff living together. So there was always somebody that you felt comfortable with. Now everybody's so separated, not talking to each other and stuff like that. So it is hard to find people that you can trust. There's going to be times that you talk to somebody and it's going to backfire. Yeah. It's happened to me. Somebody that I trusted talked about personal stuff and then it got out. Right? And guess what? It's fine. You know what I mean? It's going to hurt in the moment and stuff like that, but that's another lesson. To choose the people around you carefully. But definitely talk, because the worst thing that you can do is keep it all bottled in. I did it. I'm 30 years old now. I can tell you guys till 29, I was all bottled in. And now within the last year, I've really tried to really change everything around. So learn from me. Like, you know what I mean? I'm doing a little bit later on in life. Luckily, he's younger than me. If
everyone's time is different.
Everybody's time is different. And that's okay. You know what I mean? But if we can help somebody get there before, you know what I mean? Because I've had the same. It's not like the thoughts really changed, right? It was always in my mind.
It's the same.
I knew the issues were.
It just progresses.
Exactly. It just progresses. So if there's somebody we really want to use that channel to people out there that are going through the similar situation and stuff, speak up. You know what I mean? Yeah, put it in the comments, everything. Because there's always going to be people that are talking shit. You really can't worry about those people.
Because it's going to happen regardless.
It's going to happen regardless. It'd rather be family, friends, and stuff like that.
Past friends, whatever it may be. It's going to happen regardless.
Yeah. It's not about the size of friends that you have.
It's about the quality. It's
about the quality. I would rather have one good friend than 100 fake friends around me. You know what I mean? I learned that the hard way. So, that's definitely.
I think the number one way to be able to see through that stuff is by being honest with yourself.
Yep, 100%.
The hardest thing to do is be honest with yourself, because then you have to take off your own face with yourself. Yeah. A lot of people lie. I mean, I think when people have anxieties and pressures and want to fit in, there tends to be that second face.
Of course.
Where you lie to yourself just to fit in. Of course, When in reality, if you just choose to be honest with yourself and you're like, you know what, bro? Fuck trying to fit in. Yeah. Fuck people who want to treat me wrong or do me wrong. Or, fuck the way I'm being treated by the people in my life. It could be your family, your siblings, it could be your friends, it could be anybody, it could be your damn fucking principal, right? What you got to do is be able to not only just see through it, But you got to be honest with yourself. You got to look in that mirror and you got to be like, yo, you know what? I gotta cleanse myself of this shit.
Yeah, and don't worry about how long you've invested in that relationship. That's something that I can say, right? You know what I mean? I was in a 5-year relationship, and bro, it's the hardest decision because, you know, coming from where I am, I really care about the other person, so I don't want to hurt their feelings. But, you know, like, but you can't worry about that because then you're not being true to yourself. You know what I mean? Because eventually that's going to bubble up, whether it be now at 5 years points or you could do it at a 15-year point.
Yeah.
What's worse? You know what I mean? So you cannot look at it like how much time you've invested into a relationship. Because guess what? Sometimes we make mistakes. We judge characters differently, or we didn't know ourselves. And like, you know, or we found out like they're not a good fit.
Or people change.
Yeah, of course. People change. Yeah, and that's okay. You know what I mean? I think the biggest thing is like Ali said, be real to yourself. And then you'll end up finding people that connect with you, right? Because a lot of times I think people don't talk about it, so everybody's keeping it bottled up because obviously because of social media, you always see the best days of people's lives, right?
Yeah, you never see the worst.
Nobody's going to talk about all the bad that they're going with, right? Going through and stuff like that. And that's something that we really want to change with this. You know what I mean? And we're not saying that does not make you soft at all, guys. Don't take that online advice about that.
I'm gonna lie, bro, that shit is so stupid.
Yeah, that thing is so stupid.
You know what? You know what's really like the most like, I don't want to curse, bro. It's kind of bad, but do you want to know what's the most like
effed up
bitch shit? The most bitch shit is when man, you go to Kava House or some shit, bro, and you see that one dude Nike tech him and he just acting mad tough.
Yeah.
All angry, bro. Yeah. You're angry because you're insecure, bro. Like you're not, bro. You watch all these MMA fighters, UFC fighters, boxers.
Most humble people ever.
Most humble, most comfortable people, nicest people ever, bro. Yeah, of course. They fucking pull your chair
and they can kill you in a second.
Mike Tyson.
Yeah, of course.
Mike Tyson is one of the most nicest people ever.
Now,
but they'll kill you in a
He found himself again.
That's true.
He found himself again. But yeah.
But a lot of these guys are really good, nice people.
Yeah,
you watch a lot of these UFC fighters in their podcasts.
Yeah. Because they're real killers.
Yeah.
Because they know that nobody's going to test them.
Exactly.
They've already proven themselves.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
Because they probably learned a lesson in their life. Like no matter how good you can fight, it doesn't matter because you're a human, bro. So then you have people who are fake tough, who are just in reality just insecure about who they really are. Yeah. And you gotta stay away from people like that. You gotta not be with losers.
Yeah. And you gotta know, like, if they are, like, if it is somebody that you cannot get away with, right? Whether it be in your family or work and stuff like that, you gotta know how to like set your own boundaries around them, right? So that way it's not affecting you. Because there are always gonna be those people in your life. Whether you like it or not, it's a reality. When you go out and stuff like that, you're always gonna run into people. You cannot let them affect your personal space, your mind, and stuff like that. And that's, go ahead.
If you think you resonate with those bad traits, if you think like, damn, you know what, maybe my guard is too high up, or maybe I am too angry all the time, or maybe I do need to change, but I've never had no one to talk to. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, we're not trying to attack you or say you're a bad person. Yeah, we're trying to say maybe like our parents or like people that are plugged in. Yeah, you never got the opportunity to see the other side of it, or you never had a big bro, or you never had a cousin, or you never had nobody be like, yo, are you okay? Or like, you know, look out for you.
Yeah, be comfortable having those conversations with your guy friends.
Yeah, because
you know what I mean? Like, I've seen it a lot in conversations. Obviously, it depends on the time and place, right? If you're going out to have a fun time, that's one thing, right? But like one-on-ones, check in on your brothers too. Girls do it all the time. You know what I mean? They check up on each other.
Nah, but I think, no. Here's my thing with the girls.
But that's different. Like, we'll get into that.
No, I'm going to get into it right now. No.
He's ready.
No. This is actually for the girls. Yeah. For the girls, on some real shit. Yeah. Girls tend to not have as real friends as guys have. Yeah. On average. Yeah. Actual studies, actual data shows this. Yeah. But why do I say this? Is because for girls, I think it's even more important to have good friends. Yeah. Because of the way it will affect you in your life. Oh my God. Like low key, the way you can find bad girlfriends is low key even worse than having bad guy friends.
Oh, 100%.
Right? Yeah. Because these girls will be jealous of you. Yeah. They'll talk shit about you. Yeah. They'll sneak diss you on Instagram. They'll sneak diss you in your own community.
And pretend to be friends.
They'll pretend to be friends with you the whole time in your face. Yeah. At least with guys, they'll show it and they'll fight each other. Yeah. But with girls, they'll be sneaky. Yeah. They'll try to get with your man.
It's more mental games than
mental
physical
games.
Guys, like, if they don't like you, we're gonna say it. We're gonna fight it out and stuff like that.
And I know this, mental, and he knows this because we have sisters. Yeah. And we know that
they've gone through that.
They've gone through that where. You'll be sitting at the same table with someone you consider a best friend. Yeah. With, you know, them being with their man or something. Or
and then a guy comes in the picture and you see them switch.
Switch up. Yeah. And these type of girls, if you stay plugged in with them and you're insecure and you want to fit in, you will end up pushing away good men.
Yeah.
You will end up pushing away your good friends or good parents, or, you know, let's say you were bullied growing up, but you want to fit in with the cool kids. You may end up pushing away all the good things in your life that could have been attracted to you because you assimilated yourself with bad people. And I think for girls, it's even more important to make sure you have good people around you, because these people they can make you lose a good man, and they could put you with a bad man.
Yeah, of course.
And they could.
And, you know, it is unfortunate because, you know, with girls, unfortunately,
there's even less conversation.
There's timelines set with certain things and stuff like that. So there's a lot more jealousy that definitely comes into play and stuff like that. I definitely think there's a lot in the guy community too. They just don't talk about it. Like jealousy over financial status and all that. You definitely see that a lot more.
I think.
It definitely is there, but for sure. Yeah,
it's two different based on the gender.
Yeah, exactly.
The genders have two different versions of the sneak dissing and jealousy shit.
And I think
for different reasons and values.
Yeah. If we really want to take a lesson from that, I think what we're really talking about is like any relationship that you get into, whether it be like friendship or like, you know, a partner or anything like that. The biggest thing is make sure that you're happy being alone first. Yeah. You know what I mean? Take the time to find yourself. Don't rush into things. Learn from our lessons. You know, I jumped from one long-term relationship, not even giving myself a month, and into another one, right? And, you know, and honestly, you're not even doing a disservice to yourself. You're also doing a disservice to that partner, right? Because they could have been a great partner for you, but it wasn't the right time for you to get into that relationship, right? So really make sure that you're comfortable finding yourself, and, you know, do whatever it takes. Talk to somebody that you trust. Luckily we live in a day and age where there's a lot of communities and stuff that you could find online, you know, with similar minded people. So find your people first and then really go into relationship. Because the one thing I read the other day, and I think it's very true, the biggest decision you make in life is the partner that you choose. Yeah. It's the biggest decision. So,
and we'll have a whole another podcast about how you should be in your relationships.
Yeah.
And how your life should focus on the relationship, and how kind of the outside things do have to change a bit. But that's a different podcast because that goes deeper. It's a little more controversial, to be honest.
Yeah. And we'll definitely hit all that.
Yeah. It shouldn't be, but I think this podcast is more about kind of reaching out to people in the dating community and kind of telling y'all, like, you know, guy or girl, you know, like, you have people, you know, and let us be like, if we have to be the fucking martyrs of the fucking culture or religion, whatever it may be, to where you guys can feel like you have a voice and that you could talk to somebody. Because to be honest, this life is too short to not have people to talk to and to not have people to look up to and to not feel and to feel like you're alone. It's not worth it.
Yeah, and again, life's just too short to be not having fun.
Yeah.
Right? Like, because what's the point of, like, you know, like, I think we live in a world that's so like, it's always go, 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 go.
Yeah.
But sometimes we're running towards something we don't even know what the finish line actually is.
And to be honest, that's
because we don't take the time to like really know ourselves, know what we want to do in life.
Well, that's just
we're just running towards the imaginary line, and next thing you know, we're out of time.
Yeah.